Carcast. It's a carcast. It's a yabba dabba doo da. It's a yabba doo da. Yabba doo da day. Woo! That's me every day. Hi world, it's Penguin. I'm in my car and I briefly spoke about how I DoorDash for fun. And I am in my hometown, like literally the neighborhood where I used to live, my beautiful house, and it's crazy. All of the things that are popping up, all the restaurants and stuff around where I used to live, I would have given everything and anything. There's a Sonic out of nowhere, a Panda Express, which is my favorite, Popeyes, what is that? Chicago subs, some kind, literally all kinds of, there's a new McDonald's. They're probably going to build a Target here for all I know. Like, for some reason, Crown Point, Indiana, where I lived, is a very popular, like, little town. Just worked really hard for what I had and was really proud of where I was at. But surprisingly, they're like the only town around here in Northwest Indiana that doesn't have a Target. The second that they build a Target in this town, that's it, game over. Everybody's gonna want to move to Crown Point as if they're not already. It's insane. It's growing. The school system is good. It's safe. There's just everything around except for a Target. So I just feel like a Target is coming up soon. But anyways, I've been door dashing and I hadn't been here in so long really around this area because it kind of hurts to come back to this part of town. Um, and I would have thrived with my little rollerblades and my bicycle riding around town. All these little things. There's new bars, there's new coffee shops, there's new restaurants. It's just popping, but it ain't it. It still ain't it. So all that to say, it's the car cast. I'm yabba dabba doo da in my car, da, 'cause I wanna get away. Not leaving quite yet, but I am leaving this weekend. Like I said, I'm going east, and that will be a surprise to you all where I end up. But I'm curious how this sounds when I'm driving. There's a lot of wind. It's really, really windy, and it was raining earlier, so I'm curious if this is like okay audio. It's kind of nice because I'm just driving and I'm hands free, and my little phone and my microphone is sitting there, and I don't have to do anything. Just drive and look around and talk like if I have a friend in the car with me. So this will be fun. So I'm gonna start this today. It's Monday right now. It's been a good day. I'm gonna continue Grateful Cast and just say, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna keep giving it to my collagen greens and my Depology serum, anti-aging serum. Guys, I feel great. I feel like I look good. I'm not my healthiest. My body cannot like keep weight on it. And I know for some people that's like not an issue to have, but for me it's an issue. I'm trying so hard to gain weight and I can't. My boobsicles literally look like I have breastfed 3 children for 3 years and they have deflated. I now understand what my friends are like. It looked like little deflated balloons. So freaking sad because did I talk about this on my last episode? I can't remember if I talked about it, but I was thinking about it. My breasticles were my favorite part of my body, my intimate self, my feminine self appearance. I love my boobies, and they are just not there anymore. It's so sad. They're gone. They're just sad. And it's because I've lost so much weight and I'm trying to gain weight. But of course, when I lose weight, that was the first place that my booty, why did I say it like that? That was the first place that the weight shred off of. And my stomach is the last place to lose weight. And of course, when I'm trying to gain weight, just my little pudge is growing, my little stomach, little rolls. Those are growing. But nothing else is. That and my arms. Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's some women out there who understand and can feel me. Dude, my stomach and my arms. Ugh. If I eat one tamal, they just like, pfft, that's where it goes. My boobs are just deflated though. Little balloons. Oh my god, it's so annoying. But besides that and my insecurities and having to literally buy new bras because I have to go back to my freaking training bra size that I wore in 12th grade, not 12th grade, when I was 12 years old in 6th grade. Was I 12 years old in 6th grade? I don't know, but you know what I mean. Oh, so pathetic. I feel like a woman, but I don't feel like a woman. I feel like a woman, but I want to look my most curvaceous woman. I just feel very light and I feel active. I need a little bit of meat on my bones, guys. I don't know how to gain weight. Help me. I think I just need to keep eating tamales because I was pretty chubby when I was eating tamales. So I actually have some tamales in my car right now. I finally found some. Of course, again, the little shop right around the corner from my house where I used to live in Crown Point is like the only place that I can find recently that sells them throughout the week. Most places that have tamales are like, no, we only sell them on the weekends because people don't like the labor that goes into making tamales. But for some reason, this little shop, I don't even know what they're called, but if you are from the Crown Point area, it's on, I think it's 113th. Like around that area, like 109th, I'm pretty sure it's 113th. If you are headed east, it will be on your left-hand side, so on the north side. It's a little tiny green shop, and it just says in like lime green letters, tamales, and they're like always open. It's past 7 p.m. right now, and I just got tamales from there, and they had all kinds, pork, chicken, queso con jalapeño. So I was really grateful for them. He is so sweet. And I was like, I wanted 6 pork and 6 queso con jalapeño. And he was like, oh, I'll separate them for me. And I'm like, for you? I'm like, no, not if that's too much work. And he's like, mija, I'm not doing anything. If that's too much work, then I should just not even be working here at all because you're the only person who's walked in here in the past 2 hours. I was like, okay. So he separated all the tamales for me. And all that to say, I'm going to make some guatamal videos, and if I still have these tamales by the end of the week, I'm going to take some with me on the road. Some of you guys probably think that's nasty, but I do not have a problem with like food. It's not going to expire. It's fine. It's going to be okay. I'm not scared of like eating rotten food. It's not going to rot. It's going to be perfectly fine. And I drink milk past the expiration date because the date on the thing is not the expiration date, it's the sell by date. I don't know, it just doesn't scare me. All that to say, again, maybe that'll help me put some meat on my bones. I don't know, but I really have to stay consistent with that, I guess. I'm drinking a lot of protein. You guys have heard me talking about my collagen greens. I'm working out, like doing strength training. I'm not even doing cardio. I hate cardio. You'll never catch me doing cardio unless it's the fun kind, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm not like trying to lose weight. When I work out, literally, I'm trying to build my muscle and build my butt and build my arms and build my back. It's just not working. It's so frustrating. Any tips, please send them my way. Any hoodles. I've yapped enough. That's the gas light. I need to put gas in my car. So I have started the fun adventures, mentally preparing myself for hitting the road. I'm almost done setting up my Jeep. I got my casket all fixed up back there. If you follow me on TikTok, if you know, you know. My little bed, my clothes, my pillows. I just need to like charge my little battery generator that powers everything on the road. I need to fill up my portable water container. Ooh, hang on a second. I just got a DoorDash. 3 miles total for $8 plus, which means I'm going to make more. Total will be higher with tip included. Okay, except, yes, that sounds great. And it's right here. McDonald's is literally right in front of me. Oh my God, that's the best when you get a DoorDash like that. And you only have to drive 3 miles. Anyways, this is fun. Anyways, I keep saying anyways. So anyways, yeah, I'm hitting the road soon and I will continue this episode then when I am on the road to, oh my God, I almost said the state where I'm going to. I'm not giving it away yet. No. You're gonna have to follow me online if you want to see where I'm going. Because it might change. It might change last minute. I don't care. I don't know. I'm a Pisces. It's Pisces season. I'm gonna go with the flow. Go wherever the wind takes me. Go wherever the water takes me. Go wherever my heart takes me. Go wherever the fuck I want. I am still hyper, man. But like I said, I've been feeling great. I I feel really good. Like I do, but I don't. Why do I always have to ruin it? I feel great, guys. I hope you're feeling great. And I hope you have a good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until you hear this. And I don't know. I guess that's it. I'm not going to have anybody to play games with in the car. Oh, that would be so much fun doing a road trip podcast with someone. It would be hilarious. Oh, well. That's just gonna be how it's gonna have to be. Okay, I'm gonna pick up this McDonald's and make $8 in 3 miles. Okay, bye. Okay, testing. Guys, I have to check this audio because I just listened back to that introduction, and guys, I am so sorry. These little microphones are really failing me, man. I don't know if it's because I have like my Bluetooth, like my AirPods connected at the same time, or if it's just because of the car being shaky, or I'm really rough with these microphones and I like twist them up and I just throw them in my backpack and I step on them and stuff. And I don't know if I've ruined them or what is going on, but it sounds so bad and I do not want your earballs to be in pain. I'm so sorry. Let me check this right now and I'll be right back, okay? Yo, what is happening? This audio sucks and I don't think it's going to get any better. There's already a lot of wind noise as it is in the car, from driving 80, 90 miles per hour. But I just want to talk. I just want to talk while I drive. I wish I had somebody here in the car with me. It would be so fun to make a car cast with someone. It was the time of my life traveling with my best friend Shelly. When we went to Florida, she met up with me down there. We went to Disney World and we went to all kinds of places, and then we drove all the way to the freaking Keys and she slept with me in my car, and then we had such an adventure. I've never talked about that on here. I don't remember if I documented much of it, probably on like Instagram stories rather than TikTok, but it was so much fun, and I just wish that I could do that again with someone now that I've started up this podcast again, because it would be so fun to just sit and talk with someone for hours. Which, by the way, Shelly and I were in the car for like days together. One time we drove like, I don't know, I want to say like 14 to 16 hours like straight with like a couple breaks, in between. But the entire time we talked. We literally just never run out of things to talk about. We're always making each other laugh. Those friendships, oh my gosh, they're literally the best. I love her so much. I'm so grateful for her friendship. We have so much in common. We get along so well. I guess we're both Pisces. Oh my God, her birthday's in a couple days. Her birthday's March 5th. Mine's March 14th. And we've just always like really bonded, and we're both very emotional people, and she's really real with me, and she lets me vent and let shit out. I think she understands like my personality and how I am, and she just like lets me do it. And she's just kind of a person that tries to slap me in the face with reality, and talk some sense into me. And I don't know what I am for her. I always feel like I don't give as much to my friends as they give me. I know that's not true. I just like really don't see how they feel. Like what does Shelly get from me? Oh my God, she whines all the time about her life and how miserable it is. She makes me laugh. I don't know. That's probably what she says. Maybe she thinks she's funnier than me, but she's not too. She literally just said that the other day on the trip, and I'm like, girl, you know that ain't true. Get out of here. Anyways, let me check this freaking audio again to make sure you guys are not dying. Okay, that's a little better. I pulled over because I realized that my car was thirsty. Oh, He-Man, I'm so sorry. I'm filling her up with some gas, some food. And I figured out what the problem was with the audio. It's really quiet right now because I'm not driving. It's going to be a little bit louder once I hit the road again and it's windy, but I have my phone on the thing, on that holder thing, on the thingy thing. And it's like, uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh God. I've been sneezing so much. Oh God. That was weird. Is there another one? I don't think there's another one. That's so weird. Anyways, what was I saying? I have my phone on the holder thing, on the dash, on the windshield, and I think just the shaking of the car, the vibration of the phone, like, on the little holder was like making noise, making it staticky. So I'm gonna set it down like in the cup holder or something next to me, so that it's not all loud and annoying when I'm driving. But anyways, we're gonna go on a trip. I've hit the road. I've left Indiana. I am literally going to a state that's probably colder than Indiana, if not the same. But the difference is there's mountains, guys. It's not Colorado. Last year I drove to Colorado. This year I flew to Colorado. I love Colorado, but I'm not driving there again. It's somewhere else. But I'm 3 hours away from my destination. I'm so excited. I don't even know what I'm gonna do there. I could go snowboarding. I didn't bring my snowsuit, so that sucks because then I'm gonna have to get like snow pants and stuff, or just like layer a million sweatpants, and nobody does that or wants to do that. But I don't know. It's possible I could go snowboarding, but I have to think of something to learn in Ooh, I almost said it. I almost said it. You're going to find out anyways, because I probably already posted online where I'm at by this point. What is it? If I'm going to upload this on Sunday, then yeah, you probably know where I'm at. So anyways, I'll be in Pennsylvania. Whoop, whoop. If anybody is from there and you were listening to this, let me know your favorite thrift shops, antique malls, coffee shops, please, all the local coffee shops, and please, sushi, if there's good sushi. I don't know. It's really strange that the best sushi I've ever had in my entire life so far was in Indiana, is still Umi Sushi on the square in Crown Point above Prime Steakhouse is the best sushi I've had. And I have been to the Keys, I have been to Mexico, I've been to the Dominican, I've been to Greece, I've been to Texas, I've been to Colorado, I've been to California, I've been to South Carolina, I've been, where else? I've been other places, but I'm trying to think of places like where there might be good sushi. And literally the Midwest in Indiana has the best, most fresh tasting, delicious sushi. I don't understand. So maybe East Coast, aren't they like known for like lobster or something? I don't know. Is that Maine? In Maine, don't they eat lobster or oysters or something? What is it? What is it from over there in the ocean that they get? Maybe they have better sushi. So if you are in like central Pennsylvania, just let me know. And nobody is listening to this is from Pennsylvania or is going to comment on anything and let me know their favorite sushi spot. So I don't know why I'm even saying this or who I think I'm talking to, but my gas is done pumping. 49 doll hairs. My tank wasn't all the way empty though, so it probably would have been like 60 or 70. Any hoodles. All right, we're going to hit the road in a minute. Bye.
We're gonna laugh. I might cry and I'm gonna want to tell you why, because hey, well that's just life.
Okay, so where am I? I am in Ohio. I have no clue where in Ohio, but somewhere in Ohio. And I honestly, I didn't even realize that Pennsylvania only one state away or two states away. There's like Indiana, then Ohio, then Pennsylvania. My trip is 10 hours, but at the time that I left at 1:45 a.m., it was only like 8.5 hours. And I was like, sweet, I'm just going to drive straight through. Yeah, right. I am the biggest. I'm like such a baby with driving. I like driving at night. I like driving in general. I honestly don't even really drive with music. Sometimes I play it for like maybe like 5 songs I'll play on the radio and then I'm tired of it. And the rest I drive in silence or I'll listen to podcasts. I do like listening to podcasts. Oh, I got to take this one off the holder. It's going to literally... it's gonna hate me. So, it was supposed to be like 8.5 hour trip, but I've made it longer because I pulled over. I think I was still technically in Indiana. No, I think I was in Ohio already when I was, because I was Googling if Toledo and Cleveland were safe areas because it looked kind of sketch where I was at, but I was getting very sleepy. It was probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep for 1 hour. Girl, I snoozed for like 3 hours. But I was Googling to see if the area that I was in was safe. I just like slept like in a hotel parking lot. And I realized that I don't have all of my stuff that I'm not as prepared. I have more things in this Jeep than I did before when I was like actually driving around the country. I have more stuff. It's like 10 times heavier, a billion more clothes, but I have less. Like, I couldn't find tape, I couldn't find scissors, I needed a flashlight. Like, I'm like so unprepared this trip. My little fan, I'm gonna die if I end up somewhere really hot and I have to sleep in the car, because I can't find my little fan, and I know I took it out of the camper to put it in here, and I just like, I think I let somebody borrow it or something, but I have no fan. My Jackery, my portable generator, the little like DC port where you plug in like a car charger, like the cigarette lighter kind of thing, and the USB plug ports are like, they don't work. It won't stay on, and I can only use like a wall outlet, like with the prongs kind of charger and the AC side of it. So like was cold and I couldn't plug in my heated blanket because my heated blanket has a DC car charger port, and that doesn't work on the generator. So thankfully I have that big fluffy Sherpa in here. It is, oh my gosh, I've talked about this so much before, but I'm obsessed with that blanket. It's on my Amazon storefront. It's a big giant peacock teal Sherpa fleece type of blanket, and it is the warmest thing. It is literally amazing, but it kept me warm last night, or this morning. So I slept for a couple hours. I took a nap, and then go ahead, dude. Yee. Oh. I was about to tell him, yeah, go on. I'm in the back of his car, has a bunch of stickers that says yee. So I was like, yee. Okay, where do I turn? Right here. Okay, so I'm 3 hours from my destination. And there was something that I started this podcast, and I was like, I have to control myself because I have 3 more hours to drive, and I cannot talk for 3 hours. That's too long of a podcast. So what am I going to talk about? So I had something in mind that I wanted to talk about, but then while I was thinking about things to talk about on that topic, I started thinking about other stuff. But where was I going with this? So this episode is just going to be fun. We're just in the car. We're hanging out. We're talking. We're chatting. I'm talking to myself, but you know what I mean. Like, we're just with your friend. Because it really sucks that I don't have someone here to talk with. But can you believe that I literally just don't shut up? I'm talking to myself right now. I won't shut up. But this is why I drive in silence. And I wonder how many people out there, like, if you relate, I just want to know. I wish there was like somewhere a thread. It's got to be Instagram. I don't know where else we would communicate. Maybe I should do like Instagram stories, like a little question box at the end of the week, and be like, thoughts on the podcast, or what did you think about the podcast, or whatever, so that you guys can respond to me, because I don't know where else to like communicate with you guys. But I'm curious how many other people are like me, where you drive in silence, because the amount of talking that I'm doing right now is what is going on in my head literally 24 hours a day. Like, the entire 10 hours I would have driven, well, it's actually going to be more because I pulled over for so long, but yeah, the entire 10 hours is my brain just blah, 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 blah. I just literally don't shut up. Yeah, I just wanted to chat with you guys. Then I was thinking about how I want to talk about, well, I'll get to that. What really blew me away right now, a second ago, somebody earlier, before that yee guy cut in front of me, somebody cut me off, and I was like, calm down, dude. Yeah, your box is bigger than my box. I think about that all the time, and I wonder if anyone else ever thinks about this. I'm sure they do. It's like the same thing of like when people look at their fingers on your hands, and you're like, what the fuck are these things on my hand? Why do we have fingers? I'm an alien. What are these things for? Why do they move without me even thinking about it or telling them what to do? It's so strange. But have you ever thought about the fact that we just drive metal boxes around with wheels? going 100 miles per hour down the freeway. Everybody's just allowed to drive this machine. Here we go. You take a test, literally one time in your life. They don't even have you retake the test every year, 5 years, 10 years. Miss Dorothy, she was like a grandma to me. She passed away around Thanksgiving this year. Rest her soul. I miss her, miss that woman, but I do not miss her driving. Oh my God, the torture and the trauma from literally, she would drive me as a little girl, and then when my sister was old enough, my sister as well, with her in her PT Cruiser. It wasn't a PT Cruiser. It was that long, oh my God, what is that car? It's a station wagon, and it looks like a Buick, kind of. It might have been a Buick, and it was like a round, long station wagon. It looks like a bug, but then the back seats, like if you open the trunk, there are seats that flip up and they face backwards. So why did they make this car like this? The seats face backwards, so the passengers in the back row are facing the behind the car, the people driving directly behind you. And I will never forget, first of all, how hilarious it was and how trolly I was to the people driving behind us on the road from Indiana to Alabama to Texas. This woman with the worst road rage in America that I have ever had. So we would make faces, we would lick the windows, and it had seatbelts and everything. Like, it was made, I guess, it was supposed to be safe to be backwards. But then when she would go crazy driving, like, you're watching you're watching the people behind you like freaking out about like, oh my God, this lady's swerving on the road, or her hands are up in the air. Why I oughta. It was terrifying, and she just kept driving till like the last days of her life, and she was in her mid-80s. Literally, she would blow a red light and be like, "You jaybirds, what do you think you're doing?" Yelling at the people with the green light, or the pedestrians crossing the street at the stop sign. I'm like, Miss Dorothy, they have the right of way. No, they don't. They see me driving in this car. Like, she would literally just gave no fucks about the rules of the road and was mad at everybody else around her when she's literally causing chaos. Just imagine a cartoon. Cars crashing all around me, and Dorothy's just driving 90 miles per hour down the 45 speed limit road. Why are we allowed to do this? Why don't they test like elderly people or people, like she was literally blind and deaf. Not really, but like her glasses were so strong prescription. She was deaf. I'm not exaggerating that. She has hearing aids, and you can literally, they're ringing loud as fuck. Everybody around you can hear that you have hearing aids, and you're talking loud as hell, and she's still going, what? Like, you should not be on the road. I'm just a little girl. I'm sitting here, I'm literally on cruise control at 85 miles per hour right now. This is actually really nice. There's like nobody around me. I'm like the only car on the road, thankfully. But if there were, like, who the hell decided to put me behind a steering wheel, sit my little bony ass on the seat, and be like, drive across the country, Jenny, in the mental state that you're in? It's fine. Everything's okay. We're all gonna be okay. It blows my mind that, like, we're just these little tiny beep, beep, boop, boop, like little human beings driving gigantic transformers, and we're crashing to and fro all the time, but they just keep letting us. Oh, it's okay, your just insurance payment is gonna go up a little bit more, but you can drive again and possibly kill someone else. Like, it's insane. But then, as I was thinking that, literally all in the span of 30 seconds in my brain, as I'm on the road, that whole conversation that I just had with you happened in my head within 60 seconds. I'm not even joking. But then it made me think of the other night when I was door dashing for fun. I was trying to deliver to this house, and low power mode. Oh my God, I would have been so pissed off if that wasn't recording the whole time. I think it was. Oh crap, my exit's in 2.8 miles. Guys, y'all are just gonna experience this with me. If something happens, you're gonna get the first look. Okay, exit 27. Remind me, okay? Remind me in 2.6 miles, exit 27. It's probably 2 minutes. Okay. Any hoodles. I was door dashing and I was delivering to a house and I couldn't find the house in the middle of the night because all the fucking houses. Why does America keep making freaking same square cookie It is the weirdest thing to me. I can't even like make sense of it, honestly. I don't know how to like explain how mind blown my brain is right now. We pay I can't even it grosses me out. We pay hundreds of thousands of doll hairs per year, whatever, when you purchase your house, mortgage, bills, yada yada. Hundreds of thousands of doll hairs to live in a little road in a community called a subdivision in a suburban area with blue cookie cutter houses that all look just like each other. You pay so much money to own a little square plot of land right next to another house that has paid just the same amount, if not more, maybe a little less, than you to live on their little square with their lawn and their little rooms and their stairs and their grass. It's the same as lawn, but you know what I mean. Ew, there was a frog in my throat. Oh, speaking of frog in my throat, I have to tell you about where I just stopped. You're not even gonna believe it. This is literally how I talked to my friend Shelly when we were in the road. We did this for days. Like, I'm going back to now the last conversation that I just had with myself with you. For days, we didn't shut up. Like, there was not one moment where she was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm gonna like pass out for an hour while you drive. Okay, we'll switch and I'll take turns and then I'll take a nap. No, there were no nap havings. Literally, we didn't shut up. And we talk like this, like freaking passionate about everything. It's so much fun. I miss her. Anyways. And if you picture it, like if you just take a little telescope or microscope, however you would do it, binoculars, what is it called when you zoom out and you're looking from space up above the subdivision? You're seeing little ants, aka people, walking in and out of their houses, driving their little metal boxes, their little square cars, back and forth from work to home, from work to home, from work to home. And there's like a family of other humans breeding more humans, having little tiny humans running around and then growing up to become a little bit of a bigger human to spend hundreds of thousands of doll hairs for their little tiny box next to another little tiny box that's just like theirs. Why do we live like this? It drives me insane, and I think that this is why I get so miserable, like, just, like, staying in Indiana and, like, seeing the same shit over and over and over with the same people and the same neighbors and then their grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids. Like, it's just so, it's eerie to me. It's weird, it's strange, it's creepy. Why do we do this for our whole lives? And then every once in a while we get on a big bug, aka an airplane, and we fly in the sky so we can go somewhere else and see something else, and then we come back to our little box that we paid hundreds of thousands of doll hairs for. I'm not having it. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it, which is why I live in my car. And I'm traveling in my car, but I feel free. So I know that there's an exception, though, and some people live in a box on a bigger piece of land. It's spread out and farther apart from their other people's boxes, or like in the middle of nowhere, and that makes a little bit more sense to me. Like, I just want to like go in the middle of the country, like, see this random little box here that costs a lot more money because it's like on lots more blades of grass. Like, I own so many more blades of grass, so I'm gonna pay so many more hundreds of thousands of doll hairs. But I would rather live in this box because it doesn't creep me out as much to look next door out the window to me and like see other little beep beep boop boop human beings. Does that make sense? Does anybody else feel like this or ever think of this? I'm sure people have, but I wonder if they've thought about it in such depth. Like, literally, then I start picturing, then we're walking around with our arms and our legs and our fingers. Like, we are so weird. What is this existence? I don't understand. I'm looking around at these trees. Some are dead, some are alive, some are green, some are purple, some are red. I don't understand any of it. I'm talking like I'm high right now, but this is why I cannot smoke weed, because can you imagine me smoking? I mean, I do, and every once in a while I'll do it, and I regret it because it's even worse, these thoughts. It's insane to me. And then that guy right there, this jaybird, what do you truck, literally just changing lanes without his blinker and cutting me off and going 90 miles per hour. He's driving a bigger box than me. So he thinks he's bigger and better because his box on the wheels has more wheels. Like, it's so weird. And then another thing that I just thought of right now, because I just went under a bridge. Guys, how the hell do they make these bridges? How do they, A, make bridges underwater? Literally, how? I've watched videos on YouTube and I just don't understand. And then, how, this road that I'm on in the middle of nowhere, how would they fix the bridge that was just floating above it if it were to like collapse or break down or something? Because then you wouldn't be able to get anywhere. There's nowhere else to go. There's just fields and trees around me. So how are they going to fix that bridge? How did they make and pave this road? Who the hell paved this road? I've driven like 600 miles. Well, I will have been driven 600 miles. I've driven 400 miles so far. 400 miles of roads and swirly twirly roads and ramps and skyways and highways and expressways and tollways. And why do we still pay tolls? I just paid like $45 worth of tolls and I've gotten 3 hours away from my house. It's just insane. None of it makes sense to me. It's so stupid. I don't understand how this road is here and when it was like literally what were we doing? When did it transition from a horse trotting down this gravel road to this gigantic long stretched 8094 across the country? I just don't get it. Anyways, that was a crazy ass rant. I have not even done a worst and best of my week. I don't even know if I'm going to get there because I don't want this to be a 3-hour long episode, but I just wish somebody was with me. With me?
Okay, wait, I must have had this wrong. I just crossed into West Virginia. I thought it was Indiana, then Ohio, then Pennsylvania, but a while back, I saw a sign that said, "Welcome to West Virginia." Mountain Mama. Wait, what? Wait a minute, I just crossed the state line to Pennsylvania now. There was a little tiny blue sign that said, "Welcome to Pennsylvania." Dude, I must have just like literally crossed into the tip of another state. Anyways, West Virginia, you were beautiful. It was good to see you for 5 minutes. I wonder how many of you guys were like, "Jenny, shut up and check your exit. Don't miss the exit. 27. I almost missed it, by the way. Also, sorry for the audio. It's still like crack-a-lacking every once in a while, and you're going to hear the rain because it's raining now. This is just chaotic. And these roads are swirly, twirly now, and I might not talk for very much longer until I get there, and then I can finish things up. Anyways, okay, so when I stopped to get gas, I saw a sign that said Dunkin', and then right next to it was Starbucks, and I'm like, guys, you're never gonna believe I'm a completely different person. I don't know who I am or what's going on, but I just got Starbucks over Dunkin'. First of all, I couldn't find the Dunkin', and the Starbucks had a really tall seat, so it was easy to find it. But here is my new order. It is scrumptious. I do not like Starbucks. Listen to this. Listen to that. I'm not a Starbucks girl. I'm a Dunkin' girl through and through. Medium iced coffee, light cream, 4 caramel swirl. That's my order. But now I have found an iced coffee order that I actually like. I've only ever gotten really like the frappuccino, like the salted caramel frappuccino or whatever from Starbucks, but I don't like those anymore because they're too sweet, and their regular coffee is too strong and bitter, and their flavors are like really chemically tasting, and I just like their caramel does not taste like Dunkin's caramel. It's just not, it ain't it. But for some reason, I went to a Starbucks recently with a friend, and we were going to get the pistachio cold foam cream brew, whatever the frick it's called. I got it and it was okay, but then the next time I went, I was like, I'm going to try something different, and I was like, I just like want like a sweet, like, but not too sweet, like I like caramely kind of type flavors, but I don't really like your caramels, like, can you guys help me out? And there was something being advertised for like brown sugar cold foam or something, brown sugar cold brew. So I was like, ooh, I want that. But like, I need oat milk because these toes be a lacking. The lactose is intolerant. So they came up with this concoction. It's very simple, kind of annoying to order, but isn't every Starbucks order annoying to order? It's so good. Just sweet, simple, tastes like coffee. It is a brown sugar cold brew with oat milk, with brown sugar cold foam, add caramel drizzle. The first time I had them add the caramel drizzle like to the cup, so there was I asked for extra caramel and it was like, you know, on the sides and all up in there. But then they also added it to like the top of the cold foam. But the difference, the sweet spot is that it's brown sugar cold foam. And so right now when I went, I was like, "Do you guys make that?" And she's like, "It's not like on our menu, but like we can make it. If you've ordered it at another Starbucks and they'll do it for you, then we can do it." I was like, "Yeah, they came up with this for me and they told me, and this is just how I'm gonna order it from now on." So good, guys. It's like not too sweet. The foam is like, it's not just like drinking like pointless foam. Like the foam has a good flavor to it. Oh my god, that pothole was horrendous. Do I even have tires left? These mountain mamas are freaking crazy. We're not in Kansas anymore. But anyways, yeah. If you like brown sugar, especially, which I'm not even like a brown sugar person. I just like, yeah, I don't like sugary drinks, but if it's going to be sweetened, then you might as well sweeten it with the good stuff, regular sugar. Oh my lance, I love it. But then you can, if you need it sweeter, just have them add more caramel to it or extra brown sugar or something, but it's so good. So again, it's a brown sugar cold brew, and I think that's what makes the difference is the cold brew coffee is so much better than their regular coffee. Brown sugar cold brew, iced coffee with oat milk, brown sugar cold foam, add caramel drizzle. Oh, so good. It's delish. So sorry, Duncan. I'll be back. I'm coming back for you, baby. I'm coming back for you. Oh my god, look at that pink house. It's bricks. The bricks are pink. What the heck? We're really not in Kansas anymore. Now there's a green one? What the hell is going on? Oh my god, I'm in the mountains. Oh, it's beautiful. Why did I live in Indiana my whole life? I'm on East 151 by Bucktown Road, if anybody knows where that's at. um, Looks like a little small town with a lot of farms and old historic looking homes, and it's just very hilly. Like everywhere is just hills. It looks like Julie Andrews is gonna come over that hill right now with her blue dress twirling in circles going, "The hills are alive with the sound of music." That probably sounds horrible with this audio from this microphone in your ear. I'm so sorry. I wish it sounded better because I would literally just be singing to you guys. Oh, I just want to sing. Oh my god, look at that cabin house. I'm gonna literally die on this road because it's so twirly and I want to see all the little cabin houses in the woods. It's like there's a hill going up to the sky, but like down at the bottom of the hill, like in the valley of the hill, there was a cabin off to the side of the hill. Just hills, hills, hills. Oh my god, this road is called Pleasant Hills Road. It really is pleasant. Never heard before. If this semi behind me doesn't stop riding my ass, all these people, oh my god, the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, no joke, if somebody asks what's the scariest thing you've ever done, driving through the actual mountain tops in Colorado covered in 6 inches of snow during a snowstorm with people speeding behind my ass and a cliff thousands of feet. I can picture myself falling to my death with no guardrails on the side of the mountain. Oh my god, it was so scary, but it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and the adrenaline. Oh, that was something else. This is not quite as bad, but still, get off of me. Like, I'm sure you can see my plates say Indiana. I am not used to this. Indiana has corn. I've never seen a hill before in my life.
Well, my friends, my friend Gwens, I am going to cut this week's episode short. As you have obviously noticed by now, it is definitely getting to you later than expected. I try to release these on Sundays or Mondays. It is now Thursday. And the reason being is on my way here to Pennsylvania, which if you've been following Instagram, you've seen is where I'm at. Also, I think I disclosed that in this episode. I can't remember. It's all a blur, but on my way here, I'm trying not to get emotional because I literally saw my life flash before my eyes on the expressway. I have never in my life slid on black ice, and I made a pit stop for some gas and some snacks, and it was sunny and beautiful outside. I wasn't even wearing my jacket when I went into the store, and when I came out, I got a phone call from what's his face, and it was bad. Out of nowhere, it just started like the just strongest winds and snow coming down so thick and heavy. It was like slushy rain raining from the sky. And it was really, really cold, like literally within 2 minutes of getting onto the road. And so I'm like driving through the snow, and you know, I live in the Midwest. It's nothing new to me. Luckily, I want to say it was God protecting me, but I've been in such a bad place. Like, I'm almost like to the point where I'm like, was it God? Was it just the universe? Was it just coincidence? Was it what? I don't even, but just by chance, the simulation that we're living in. Sometimes I feel like the world is just a big simulation, but something was protecting me on the road, because there was no one like directly next to me, but I slid on black ice, and as I'm on the phone, I was just screaming in horror. Not screaming, but like cussing. Just like, fuck, no, 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 no. I probably spun around a 4-lane expressway about 5 to 7 times. I was going in circles. Oh my God, it was so scary. I was sliding across all 4 lanes, and I ended up like on the very outer lane, like by the shoulder of the expressway. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. I think I'm just like venting it and getting it off my chest because it was freaking horrendous. But I was on the closest lane to the shoulder of the expressway, sliding backwards, like just complete opposite way on the road, and about 12 feet well, it would have been behind me, but at this point in front of me, in my face, is a semi. Then I can tell the back of the truck is swerving, because that was probably really scary for him to see a car just going in circles, nearly tipping over, and then sliding backwards on the road in front of him. And not to mention, off the side of the shoulder was probably like a 30 to 40 foot drop off. It was just like, there's no guardrail. It was a cliff. I wouldn't have ended up in a ditch. I would have ended up like upside down and probably dead in my car. Somehow, by some miracle, I spun around again. I think I hit ice again, and I know you're not supposed to like slam on your brakes or like move the steering wheel in those points, and I think that saved me at some point, because your initial reaction when you slide and you start spinning around an expressway, you want to grab the steering wheel and correct the wheels, and I started doing that, and that was what was making the spinning worse. So at one point, I was on the phone, and I was like screaming, the semi's gonna hit me, the semi's gonna hit me, fuck, oh, that's it, I'm done. I threw my hands up into the air. It was an adventure. But I threw my hands up into the air, and I was like, oh well, like, oh my God, that's it. And I think letting go of the steering wheel is what stopped me from spinning. And then I know you're not supposed to slam on your brakes, but by the time I got to the shoulder, it's got like a little bit more like texture on the road, you know, from like the gravel and stuff. And so I slammed on my brake and I stopped. Like my car was very, very close to that line of the semi just like driving right past me, nearly like knocked my mirror off. But it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. As that semi was trying to stop and brake and not hit me, I think he missed me by about 24 inches. It must have been literally just a foot or two. But I literally, I've been in car accidents and stuff like that, and I've had scares, but I've never hit ice like that. I'm very grateful that I was on the phone with someone, and it startled them, and we were just on the phone crying for like 2 hours after that, you know, and just exchanging I love yous and stuff. It was just very, very scary, and I was shaken up. I think I sat in my car after that. Again, like I said, I was on the phone for like 2 hours, but I just like sat in a parking lot, like sobbing hysterically, like just like replaying in my head what I just witnessed. And you just think of, I thought of like everyone that I know in an instant. Oh my God, I'm sobbing. But just like everyone's faces, and like weirdly, I just like pictured myself. Like I just pictured my face and like my lonely nights and my crying eyes and my family and what I've been through, and like all this like torment and trauma and torture that I've been going through, like thinking, oh my God, it was all pointless. Like none of it matters because like I'm literally gonna die right now. That's what I was thinking. And just thinking about like how much I love people and who's gonna tell them. Well, I guess this person's got to get off the phone and like call my whole family and all my friends, and they would have literally witnessed me on the phone potentially dying on the expressway. And I feel really bad for being like, I'm just gonna be really real with you right now and get a little bit deep, but I feel really bad for not immediately coming out of that and being like, oh my God, I'm so grateful to be alive. Or even like right now being like, wow, I'm so happy that nothing bad happened and that I'm okay and that I'm safe. Like I have been in such a bad place that I'm like, but I've been in such a bad place that I thought for a moment, like, I wish that would have just been it. Like, part of me just wishes that it would have just, like, ended there and I didn't have to, like, keep doing this, keep going wherever it is that I'm going. Like, I'm kind of exhausted, I'm worn out, I'm run down sometimes, and, like, I just, like, I've wanted it to be over so many times, and then I come across a moment where it's almost over, and then I'm like, dude, I need to be grateful for what I have and for my life that I have right now, and I shouldn't be feeling like this, and I should be happy that I'm alive, and I am. Like, I am grateful for my life and that everything is okay, and I'm grateful that somebody was on the phone with me during that horrendous experience that lasted about 3 minutes. But it was a lot. It was really scary, and I've been shaken up for days. I am distracting myself in a new town and trying to explore and just do fun things. But I have not gotten on here to finish this because I just didn't even want to like continue whatever little conversation I was having with myself and you guys, because it was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. It was like so scary. And the vision in my mind, it was so scary and terrifying that it was like almost like an emotional pain. Like it was just like mentally painful and exhausting. And, yeah, it was just a lot. But thank you guys for always being patient with me and not making me feel pressured or rushed to do these silly episodes. But as always, don't forget to love yourself. I have just been taking it easy and trying to do something each day that makes me happy. If you've seen on Instagram stories, each day I'm posting something that makes me smile and makes me happy. And after experiencing that, Despite my terrible mentality of like wishing sometimes that it could have just ended. I know that that's a terrible thought, and that is something that comes with my depression and anxiety and the situation that I've been living through in the past year. And I recognize that those are demons and I need to not listen to them. But I'm grateful to be alive. I know people have been through much worse, survived much worse, or not survived things that were even less scary than that, and I'm just like a little soul out here that just escaped death. It was like Final Destination stuff. And this is why, I don't know if I've mentioned in the podcast before, but I say all the time to people that I know, I would give anything. I would give anything to know when and how I'm supposed to die. Like, if I could know that, I would be so grateful, because if I knew I'm gonna die falling from a tree or like going on a hike and getting attacked by a bear, like if I knew how I was gonna die in that moment, spinning on an icy expressway with semi trucks behind me avoiding hitting me, it wouldn't have scared me at all. I would have been like, this isn't how I go. This isn't how it happens. So like, it's fine. Everything's going to be okay. But that was very, very scary to witness. And I'm so glad that nobody was in the car with me, because, instantly when you slam on the brakes, at a stoplight too fast, I do the thing where you reach out your passenger side arm, your right arm, to like block someone from moving forward. I would have been so consumed with the person next to me. And that's the side that was mostly facing all of the vehicles driving behind me that would have gotten hit first. And I just would have been guilty had I survived something and someone else didn't. And I am so, so sorry to anybody who's ever been in a car accident or lost a family member to those types of situations. It's absolutely terrifying and so out of your control. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like flinching at for some reason this Jeep is not good in the snow. Like the 4-wheel drive and everything, it's just not the best. And I am like kind of scared to like keep driving, which is another reason why I stopped in this little town that I'm in. Because I literally live in my car and I don't want to ever experience that again. So like, I know I need to take a break from driving, because literally the sight of somebody slamming on their brakes too fast next to me is like horrifying. And I am not a terrified driver. I'm a very defensive driver. I'm very good on the roads. I don't get scared. I do not get shaken up by things like that, but it was torturous how scary it was. And I think it was more emotional of a moment because of who I was on the phone with. And I just wanted to scream, all this is pointless. Literally everything that we've been through and everything that's been happening, like literally, why the fuck did you put me through this right now? Because I literally just almost died on the phone with you. And it's not an exaggeration. I know I'm a drama queen, and I feel like I escaped it. And I guess there's a reason for that. So I'm going to keep going, and I want you to keep going. And if you have to hear me talking about these terrible thoughts in my brain about, oh, wishing it would have just ended, oh, it would have just ended all of my misery here, and hearing me and being disgusted maybe on your end and being like, don't think like that, Jenny. Don't say that about my friend. You shouldn't feel like that. I don't want you to feel like that. People love you. People care about you. If listening to me say those things is helping you realize what it sounds like coming out of someone else's mouth that you love, then I've helped someone see that those thoughts are not true. They're not real. They're valid, but they're not needed here, and just use me as an example to be like, ew, yeah, that sounds terrible. I need to stop talking to myself like that. But I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to love yourself.
So do do do. Do you, and I will do me. Ew. Okay, for real.